loyalty, no mind them. If bad belly come me, you buy them. My time don't come me, oh. I oh, abba, let me oh. Ire oh, I oh me de oh. Every day oh, showers of blessing rain on me. She na money where you want, oh. I be your fair amount, oh. Time me don't come, oh. I oh, abba, let me oh. Happiness no give, prosperity something, I'm blessing calling, oh. I oh, abba, let me oh. I should you up, oh. Wherever we go, victory when no the finish. I need a video, look, you know go run down. No more tension, no wala, tori all I want lay. Oh, what's it there? House has it all out, video. I oh, atalafia. God, all I want be a tenuga. If you believe, oh, shami oh, aniko shami oh. Ire oh, I oh me de oh. Every day.
Melvin, you're mute.
Good evening. That was a preview of Calabash Restaurant and their lovely dishes. And we've got the man himself here this evening. And he's our guest tonight. My name is Melvin Meltzger. I'm the host of the Melvin Meltzger Show on the broadcast on the Now and Then media platform. As you know by now, my show is diverse and we discuss a range of topics. And we try and engage guests from around the world, and they'll be able to tell us their stories in their own words, their successes, their achievements and challenges. My show aims to inform, share ideas, and motivate the new generation. Please like the show page, tell your friends to share, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell another friend that Mr. Bankie Jones is live tonight on the Melvin Meltzger Show. My guest tonight is the CEO of Calabash Group, which includes Calabash Restaurant and Bar, and chief editor of the glossy magazine, Calabash. He's also the organizer of the Calabash Magazine Unsung Heroes Award, a biannual event that honors members of our community. Mr. Bankie Jones, welcome to the Melvin Meltzger Show.
Welcome to you. Good evening, Melvin and my family. Good evening.
Yes.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, sir.
Mm-hmm. And I want to thank you also for accepting the invitation to come to our show. We're very honored to have you. Right.
Thank you.
Where do we start? Let's tell me a bit about yourself. Who is Mr. Bankie Jones? There may be things that I don't, other aspects of your life that I don't know, or maybe the viewers are not familiar with. So tell us, who is Mr. Bankie Jones?
Well, in a short word, a very modest man with entrepreneur mindset. Okay. Hail from Sierra Leone, came over overseas and studied in the UK with an MBA and MSc in charity accounting and finance. So my focus and my drive is to help to propagate our culture, bringing our food, showcasing the cultures and heritage of Sierra Leone, and as well in Africa and beyond.
Okay, that's great. So you studied finance and did you say economics?
Economics, business, finance, and strategic.
So basically, you were already in the right. You were on the right direction to setting up your own business because you learned a bit about business while studying economics.
Exactly. So yeah. That's the way we are trained with an MBA from London School of Commerce. So that's the way we are trained, directed to own your own business and to help others to own their own business and establish.
Okay, right. That's great. So once you finish your studies, did you go straight into business, or you had to work before starting your own business?
Work while I'm having planning my business. So even when I have my business, I do work. Even when I was in university, I was working.
Okay.
So I've been juggling things, working and doing business.
Well, was it a restaurant business, or you just were doing some other businesses?
Well, and honestly, I don't want to go back to the trail of moving things from former Soviet Union over to London. Those are what we call petty traders, but a minor entrepreneur. So, and then coming here, we started with a magazine.
Okay.
Which is the Calabash Magazine that you mentioned, the glossy magazine that showcases Sierra Leone and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
So we started with a magazine and developed. We produce it twice in a year, and it goes to here in London. We sell it in London and all over across. It goes to Sierra Leone and some parts of the world. And from there, we move into the digital version that we produce the magazine digitally as well, so that our fans from other parts of the world can easily access it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So moving into digital, which makes it easily accessible to other fans. How has the digital age affected your sales? Because like, I remember we used to buy from you when we meet at shows. How about the advent of internet? How has it, this modern day, how has it affected sales of your magazine?
Well, yeah.
Can you order online, or is it still?
We still produce hard copy. We still produce the hard copy, and we sell the hard copy. If you visit Calabash restaurant, you will see you will get a recent copy. Mm-hmm. The only thing that we produce in a smaller quantity rather than massive because of the COVID and other things. But digitally, yes, it does affect the business, because people who used to hire us to come and take their showcase, like their wedding and other events, now they have their mobile and other gadgets that they use. So they take their photographs and they can blast it on Facebook and all other social media platform. So that limits, but nevertheless, we managed to push forward.
You did well. And also with the cameras, they've also got all these apps that can enhance your pictures. So
that's correct. Yeah.
So they're slowly putting people out of business.
Yes. But you have to diversify. And so that you can see we strategize, we modernize and try to tweak the business to meet with the changes that are coming. Strategically, we have both. We have people with a vision on there, but we look at how we can change things just to keep us afloat.
Okay, so let's talk about your restaurant a bit. When you opened it, myself and my wife, we always visiting African restaurants, particularly Sierra Leonean restaurants. And I visited it once. I was quite impressed with the level of service that we received.
Thank you, sir.
The customer service was excellent. And how important is it for you to have well-trained staff that provide good customer service in a business like yours?
It is very important, because with normally there is the code that with one customer, you can gain 100 plus more customers if you treat them well.
Yeah.
But with a bad customer as well, say some customer comes in and you treat them badly, or you treat them in a way that they are not happy, they could make the business that you can lose maybe 100 plus more customers as well.
Sure.
So it's always important with our staff. We give them the training and explain to them to be nice, and give the best service and the food as well, so that somebody to come to a restaurant is an experience. It's not that some people don't know how to cook, but they want to have that experience. So we create a better ambient and we prepare good food so that people can experience, have it as in their record to say, when we visited Calabash restaurant, we had a good experience, just like when you and your partner came in.
Yeah, that was
Unfortunately,
good.
I was not there, but I was informed that you were around.
I've just left your restaurant. I met some of your friends there as well. I won't call their names, but Faith was there. Faith was there when she was downstairs, and then it was good. And I texted you that I visited. It was great.
Yes, thank you.
For the benefit of our viewers, what are some of the food that you have on your menu? Because I know all the African restaurants are mostly similar, but what special ones do you have on your menus?
We have the special, like we have the seasoned grilled fish served with two sides.
Okay.
You could have a grilled fish served with either, it comes with plantain or yam strip. And then you could have jollof rice served with what we call Creole stew.
Creole stew, which one is that?
Well, that is saying that it's a very dry,
less
yes,
oil.
Yes, less oil, but it has a lot of gravy on it and with meat. And then we have all the other African food, Sierra Leonean food like cassava leaf, and we have a goosey soup, which the Nigerians love.
Yeah.
And recently we started doing like what we call jacket plantain and cassava royal.
Okay.
So cassava royal is the one that it cuts across. It's a fusion between Sierra Leonean meal and what we eat here in the UK.
Okay, that's great. So you've got some good stuff there on your menus. Do you guys do deliveries?
We do deliveries, yes. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
What's the, I mean, because normally most of these places can say if you're beyond our range, there's certain distances that are not covered.
Yeah.
So is it just for within Greenwich?
It's mainly within Greenwich, but we go beyond. It's based on the order. If you order food from us above 50 quid,
okay,
and if you order in advance, we can get the drivers to get over to you. We have people who have ordered food way from Streatham and even Caledonian Road, way down in Edgware. So we do, once you order in advance, and at least it's above 50, and we can get the driver. Some people even order and ask to, they will pay for pay the driver's fee. We will get the food over to them. Yeah.
So there you have it, viewers. Mr. Bankie Jones, the CEO of Calabash Restaurant and Bar, Calabash Magazine, and he also organizes the annual Calabash Award Show, which recognizes members of the community. Like I said, we always bring trailblazers to the show, and he's here telling you about his delivery service as well, which covers most parts of London. Right. The Melvin Meltzger show is a diverse show, and we spotlight game changers and trailblazers in the community. Today we'll have Mr. Bankie Jones. Right. When you're dealing with customers, I know this is something most of us have experienced. And they bring in the wrong order, or sometimes they complain that the food is not up to taste. Like you talk about we used to call it tight stew. The stew you talk about, let me say it's not up to taste. What do? Do they get a fresh plate, or how do you manage that? Because sometimes you have difficult customers. Yeah.
Well, sometimes we will leave the change, we give them another option, give them another plate. They don't like it, or we offer a discount to customers to say if they ordered from, they've not dining in, they ordered from outside, and the food that they receive is not, then we will offer them something else when they come back. If they ordered again from us, we'll offer them or give them a discount for their next order. Yeah.
That's great. Just like you said, you treat one customer nice, that'll bring in 100 customers.
Yeah.
Look after your customers. That's what we're learning today for people in business. They're very important. Look after them. Let's go to the show. The show. You always organize the Community Award Show. Tell our viewers what it's all about.
Well, the Calabash Magazine Unsung Heroes Award from the word Unsung. These are people in our community that are unrecognized, that are not recognized at all. We search around. You're
talking about people like Melvin Meltzger.
Exactly so. Yes, we're looking for you. We have to make you in the next show, definitely. The next Calabash Award will definitely make you song. So we start people like the first award is were like Fate for Meltzger.
Yeah.
They were on Meltzger, and we have Colin Archipierce and some others. So we looked at them, what they are doing. We search around, get some information on what they're doing, their influence and their impact on the community, not only here in the UK, overseas as well, especially in the Black African community, their impact that they're having and how they're helping others. So then we will draw them in and give them an award to encourage them. And then we will follow them, we support them. For example, I've been supporting Meltzger Mission for years.
Yes.
You know, because it's one of the things that I really have interest on. When you look at the handicaps, the people down in Sierra Leone who we are main, but that's senseless what we have in Sierra Leone. So I give my hat all to Faith for her hard work, and then let's continue to support her. Yeah.
Okay, that's great, brother. Thank you. When is the next date for the Unsung Award show?
We should have got one this year, unfortunately, because of COVID. So we'll have to wait for some time next year. So we're looking in April next year, by God's grace.
Okay, right. Let's go back to the restaurant, because that's the main thing right here today. People love their food. They love their African delicacies. I've been to almost all the Sierra Leonean restaurants, and I must say they're all doing a good job. But at some point, somebody's got to try and stay at the top. What's it like? It's not a healthy competition, but how do you manage to keep your restaurant at the top of the tree? What do you do differently from others?
Well, I think the ambient and the customers. The customers is first, and then the marketing comes second. So you can't do business without marketing. So although we are trying to satisfy Sierra Leoneans, we have to establish, we're looking at making other community, other people around like the Sierra Leonean or West African meal. So that will keep us afloat. Because so in honest, Sierra Leone, we are quite small, but people like our food. And our food at the moment is not well marketed. So what we are trying in Calabash to do is to bring it out to the UK populace to see that, yes, Africans, West Africans do have nice food, especially in Sierra Leone, rich food that you can eat. Most of our food, if you're looking at, you could either make it with meat, you cook it with meat or beef, or you could cook it with fish. And there are some that you don't even add meat or fish on it, which are quite vegan. So those are the things that we're trying to bring, so that in order to keep us afloat. Competition-wise, there will always be competition.
Yeah.
You would have to strategize, market yourself, advertise, and improve on the product and the delivery and the relationship with customers.
Wow, that's excellent. Wow. I mean, you did, apart from studying business, you seem to have worked your way around it as well. You seem to be a very good talker. You talk business well.
Thank you, sir.
You're using some keywords here, which I'm very impressed about. You're very approachable, Bankie, and like we said, you're good with customers. That's the first thing I observed when I first met you many years ago.
Thank you.
How was your business affected by COVID? I know you do deliveries. What other means did you employ?
Well, with COVID, what's happened? We took over the lease. You know, you're planning towards the end of the year. We took over the lease in January last year.
Yeah.
And bang, we were doing some refurbishment, and bang, COVID came. So and we said, wow. So during the COVID period, the intense period, we were working in Calabash restaurant, trying to get the restaurant. Even when there were massive restrictions, I was going up and down on a risk. And then the staff. Then we started takeaway. So the first point was trying to get takeaway. So we started takeaway. We established a restaurant, get the hygiene certificate, clean, grade 5, and we got a business partnership with Just Eat, Uber Eats, Deliveroo. So with that, they were helping us, and then with the government funding. So with some of the grants that came in from the government, I decided not to shut the restaurant down, but to keep our staff. You know, just to pay them rather than saying, "Oh, follow another." I just keep the staff, and we managed to pay them. Wow. Just until. So, in honest, the restaurant has not been closed since we opened in around June when we started full trading. Yeah. It has not been closed. Touch wood, thank God. And that's what the way we kept this. COVID has been very tough, very, very, very tough for a lot of businesses and for us as well.
Workers as well in different type of professions have been affected as well. And
that's correct.
We just hope this will go away soon so that life will return to normal.
Yes, that's what we all pray.
But from what we're hearing, I think is it supposed to be the 23rd They might.
Yeah, I think the 21st or the 23rd of June.
Yes, sometime in June. Because of the increase in new cases, so we're likely to be in the same state, or they might bring in some new changes. But we hope for the better. We hope that this goes away, so life will return to normal.
Yeah.
Yes.
We hope for that. We hope for the better. There was a recent jobs or text or something from the Prime Minister that they still stick on June.
Yeah.
So he has not changed his mind yet. So
okay.
we
Fingers
hope.
Crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yes, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Bankie, have you got any family members that are involved in your business?
Yes, I got my partner is involved.
Okay.
Involved mainly at the back office. As you know, you have the partners in the back office.
Yeah.
That they do all the other things to help the business grow. I have my niece, Aisha as well, and niece. I am Aisha's friend, and some of my partners, church members. So, and there have been some close relationship there. So that helps us to get things going.
Okay, that's great, my brother. That's great. What are the opening hours of your restaurant? I know this because of the COVID, there might be slight changes, but if you let our viewers know the opening hours.
Well, we open from 12 o'clock at the moment, and we close at 10 o'clock. 12 o'clock, so midday, I will close at 10 o'clock. And then we're looking for, once June, they've given us the all clear, then we will revert to something at 11 o'clock, and we close at 11. But during the weekends, like Friday and Saturday, we have like birthday parties or Calabash, some Calabash reunions, some parties that we have, private parties that we go up to 12, up to midnight. So people will come down and downstairs, they enjoy themselves, have a drink and sometimes meal, and we normally stay until around midnight.
Until midnight, okay. So there you have it, viewers. You've got the opening times there. I'm sure your viewers and customers that would like more details. What about the addresses? Are you allowed to share that on?
Oh yes, with all pleasure. The address is 135 to 137 Trafalgar Road, and it's in Greenwich, SE10 9TX. 135 to 137 Trafalgar Road. I got somebody called me today. I was getting confused with Trafalgar Avenue in Peckham. They're different. That's Trafalgar Road in Greenwich, the main road immediately after the Maritime Museum.
Yeah. And
that main road leading towards as if you're going towards Blackwall Tunnel, you will not miss it.
What was the postcode again?
The postcode is SE10.
Yeah.
9TX, Tango X-ray, SE10 9TX. Or you can call us, for directions. 0208.
Yes, give them a number as well.
Yes, 0208-248-4272. 0208-248-4272. You can check our website. It's www.thecalabashrestaurant.co.uk. You can get us on Facebook, The Calabash Restaurant, or on Instagram, African Calabash.
Wow, there you have it. All the contact details for Calabash Restaurant and Bar. Are you looking on expanding your business, opening other restaurants around the UK or maybe back home in Sierra Leone?
Wow, strategically, it's something in the mind, but we want to just get a foot really on this one first, yes, and then we see the opportunities. If the opportunities arises, we will capture it. Okay. But we want to really get the menu, the recipe, and then we can try to replicate it across.
That's in the UK or back home in Sierra Leone?
UK, back home in America. That's part of the plan.
That's good. Yeah. So we are building a brand here.
We are building a brand. It's a brand. It's a Calabash Group. We have as I said, the magazine. We've just launched what we call Calabash Light. Okay. Which is it's a magazine focused more on corporate and business and governance.
Okay.
So we look like what we're looking at. We want to help the younger people to know much more about corporate business, how to work, build a business, how to talk about money, which we don't normally talk about, how you manage your money, and how you could influence the management of our day-to-day country, how things are going. So that's what's the Calabash Light. It's 12 pages, and I will send a copy for you once we finish this one, so you can have a view of it.
Yes, I'm thinking of going into business as well, maybe with you.
It's without pleasure. It's not, as I said, I'm not egocentric. The Calabash is open. It's not, I'm just the lead, the head, but it's there are other people that are involved in Calabash, and we are hoping to get more people invest into Calabash and work with it. Once you have an open mind and a focused mind, you're always welcome to join us.
Yeah, that's true. That's good. What about parking? A lot of people are struggle with parking in London these days, with whenever they go out for dinner or for lunch meal. What about parking?
Yeah, parking is tough during the day in Greenwich. As you know, it's a tourist center, really historic area. But after 6:30, you could definitely have free parking around the restaurant. So you need to come, if you want to come to the restaurant to relax, you need to come around 6:30, and there are a lot of parking on the side roads that you can park and easily walk to the restaurant. But during the day, it's tense. It's a £1 in most places. You pay £1 and you stay, I think, for 1 hour. If you keep topping it, that's until 6:30 in the evening, which is free at the moment.
Okay. Have you got any advice for prospective businessmen, people that want to go into business? It may be different, it may be not the same, along the same lines as yours, but have you got any form of advice for them?
Well, yes, I will share some tips.
Yes.
I think and one thing I observe in our community, people in business, they want it to grow so fast. And business is not like that. You have to take it as when you plant, you sow a seed, and then you have to look after the seed. If you don't water the seed, it will not germinate. Exactly. The soil around it have to be good, and then from it you will have to nurture it until you start bearing. And that's business. So one has to have patience.
Yeah.
One has to have perseverance. One has to have the courage and be very focused. You're not saying because you are the lead, you are the head or the CEO or the manager, you don't want to work.
Yeah.
You have to be the first to work in your business, to do all the dirty bits so that others may follow. Thank you. That's my tip.
That's your tip. Wow. There you have it. Mr. Bankie Jones, CEO of Calabash Group. That includes a magazine, a very glossy one, and a restaurant and bar in Greenwich, and also he has the Unsung Heroes Awards that they organize biannually. Right. As a businessman, what are some of the challenges you face? I know there was COVID this time around, but since you've done all your businesses, what are some of the challenges you faced along the way?
Well, challenges. Some of the challenges that we face is getting the right staff. That's one. Employees are getting right people. The people working with you. It's not only employees, even partners. You can start a business with a partner, and you find out that they are weak. They are just lightweight. So you have to be able to. When from the Bible, you will say you will have to be able to prune. You have to be able to make decisions. So some of the challenges is where you look at to say, no, this is not suitable. You have to make a decision. So these are some of the challenges. The people management is one big challenges. And then the other one is cash flow. Cash flow is quite vital. Is building the relationship with the bank, or getting people to trust you, to give you their money to invest into your ideas or into your business is another one. And how you talk to people as well in order to convince them to see that the ideas that what you're putting forward to them. So either the bank you go. So those are some of the challenges that one will face.
great. That's great, my brother. What about your photography? I remember you taking photographs in some of the functions back then. What happened to that?
It's still there. That's what I'm saying. These are the side where you start from when we start Calabash, we had people that we engaged, but they don't deliver.
Okay.
And it costs money. So I had to train myself how to take photograph. With Auntie Daisy Bona, Auntie Daisy, we started the magazine together. She said, Bankie, why? He said, why to make you know to go buy camera? So you can see, so basically it's a point where we decided to get a camera, train myself. The first few shots were not as decent as we like, but then I get onto it. So I started taking photographs and then get some few people around that help, like Leslie and others who came in, assist and show me how to be taking the photographs. And I get perfect on it. And most of the photographs that are sitting in Calabash Magazine today, they're the ones that I've taken. And that's the word of showcase.
Is the magazine, is it going to be, what's going to be the new price for it? Is it going to be the same or it's bound to change?
Well, based on market price. Currently it's £5. It's still reasonable. And the recent issue is a bumper size, which is something like 120 pages.
Okay. Because
of COVID, we decided to make it bigger so that people can have time to go through it and read it and enjoy it. But we will definitely have to increase it because the papers, and now we are out of Europe. I normally negotiate to get my magazine printed out from the UK and shipped in, which is cheaper. But now, because of Brexit, the customs and other things, they're making it. So we have to source from the UK, and printing things in the UK, glossy magazine like that, is quite expensive. So that will increase the price. Yeah. Okay.
What other countries do you send them to? I think you mentioned. Did you mention other countries?
It goes to America.
America, yeah.
It goes to Sierra Leone, and I believe that people do. I believe that people do send it across to Canada, Australia, because I could trace it, and then when I publish it on the zoo, you can tell from where people will download it or browse it.
Okay, that's very good. That's great. You're doing a good job. You've done an awesome job for this community. You've served this community well. And ladies and viewers, whenever you're around or you feel like going for an evening meal, Calabash Restaurant right there in Greenwich, 135 to 139. Is it Trafalgar?
Trafalgar Road, 135 to 137.
135
Trafalgar Road
to 137 Trafalgar Road in Greenwich, SE10 90X. It's a very good restaurant, very nice. The meals are good. I've been there, and I can certify that you'll get very good service there. Melkosh Mission, Bankie, what's your relations with Melkosh Mission? Tell us about Melkosh.
Well,
Mission.
I've mentioned about Melkosh. I said we
were
the first.
Let us know more. You seem to
well,
be...
Calabash Unsung Heroes refers to pinpoint and notice the good work that Faith Okrafo in Melkosh. So we gave them the awards, and since then I've been following them. I'm one of their supporters, keen supporters. I will write and give it's a pro bono. I give most of all the publications issue that I'm doing I give it to Melkosh. That's free. That's my own contribution to Melkosh. So even when we have a magazine, I will advertise. I will talk with Faith. I will support her. I'll create promo on Facebook, just so that people can continue to support the mission.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
What does the future hold for your group, the Calabash Group? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I know they say you can plan ahead, or some people have quarterly plans or yearly plans, or some people plan for the decade. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, business-wise?
Well, business-wise, we're looking to be one of the main brands, an African brand in the UK and in Sierra Leone, by God's grace.
Okay. Any last word for our viewers? Any last words?
Well, for our viewers, please come and support us at Calabash Restaurant. There are opportunities for you to even hire. We have a hall downstairs that you can hire for small birthday parties, small receptions, up to around 50 people. So thank you, support Calabash, and we are always there for you. We still showcase your weddings and house parties or anyone you want to do. Please contact us. We will still showcase you on the Calabash Magazine. Thank you, sir. Melvin, you're mute.
I'll definitely recommend Calabash Magazine and the restaurant to friends and families, like I've always done. I've always supported Sierra Leonean businesses. And
thank you.
I'm not saying that we don't go to other nationalities or the other business, but we do spend most of our time in Sierra Leonean businesses. Mr. Bankie Jones, it's been a pleasure having you on our show, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you,
it was a late
Melvin.
start. Our apologies. We had some technical issues, and this brings us to the end of another show. Our words of wisdom for today: believe you can, and you're halfway there. Bankie believed, and he was halfway there, and now he's all the way there, and he's there now. So believe you can, and you're halfway there. That's wise words from Theodore Roosevelt. Thank you, and good night all.
Thank you, Melvin, and good night all.